Hey, I want to just tell you about my day yesterday, and honestly, the most strange part of my day, the most weird bit of my day, and potentially one of the most weird parts of my life, the most strange experiences of my life. Yesterday, when I was minding my own business out and about in public, a lady came over to me and essentially handed another lady to me, a lady with very bad dementia. And of course, that was weird. I mean, I was sitting on a bench out in a public space, minding my own business, and a lady walked over, an old lady, an elderly lady, who just kept repeating the same phrase over and over again. Her rice row, her rice row, her rice row. She would sporadically talk about her sister, but most of the time she was just saying that phrase. She was put on this bench next to me by a much younger lady, a lady probably in her 30s, and that there was an obvious tension between them. It wasn't her carer, it wasn't a family member, it was a lady that was confused and unable to deal with the situation, a lady that needed help, a lady that wanted to give help too. I was noticing this going on. I was noticing the pull and okay, I've sat you down onto a bench, I'm not sure what you want, this is really hard and really difficult, and trust me, it is. The lady was essentially speaking a different language with no genuine connection to reality in that moment. She sat next to me. The younger lady just asked, hey, are you going to be here for very long? I said, yeah, I'm going to be here for a bit of time. Also, if you need me to. I asked her a little bit about what was going on. She told me, and then she quickly spoke to the lady again and just left. And it was weird. It was like, now I'm looking after this lady. That's quite obviously what was happening. And of course, a part of me didn't want to, I didn't want to be burdened with this responsibility. I had no idea what to do, what this lady was saying. I wasn't familiar with the location I was in either, at all. And I was trying to have conversation with this elderly lady with dementia, and of course that was very hard. She kept repeating the phrases, her rice row, her rice row, her rice row. She just kept saying that to me, and then being upset, saying how she just couldn't remember things. And I sat with her for probably 10-15 minutes, not really saying much, just trying to use a comforting voice to speak. And that was it, really. And I knew I needed to help her, I just didn't know how. So I just wanted to be there with her, speaking, making sure she felt safe, and giving myself the chance to think how to help her without panicking, running around the place, passing her on to someone else. And I sat there, I spoke to her. Not so much conversation, more just trying to say things in a comforting way. After a while, I realized that phrase, her rice row, was where she lived. She was saying road. I thought she was saying road, and I connected it was her rice road. Okay, so I start searching on Google Maps. Can't find it. I'm asking her how to spell it. And of course she has no idea. She just repeats the phrase back to me over and over again. And I was really unsure what to do. I'm unsure, and she's just saying her rice row, her rice row, her rice row. And now that I've asked her where she lives, she's saying, yes, I remember, that's where I live. And this was interesting, and I still couldn't find it. I was expanding Google Maps, looking at all the streets around. No sign of her rice row. And then I listened more deeply. I realized she was potentially saying, Hill Rise Row, Hill Rise Row, Hill Rise Road, actually, Hill Rise Road. I found it on Google Maps. I found Hill Rise Row on Google Maps. And I said, hey, I found where you live. Would you like to go home? Is that what you're asking? And she said, yes. And her eyes lit up as I said, I will take you home. It's like she completely understood what I was saying, and everything just lit up. I started to walk her home, and it was a very challenging walk for me. She'd wet herself already. And I just needed to be with her, loving her, loving the thing that was going on, the situation, just being the person I most want to be, you know, a strong character, someone that's there to support people, someone that's doing better than I've done in the past, someone that really is making a difference to the world. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a loving presence. I wanted to support someone as I knew they needed to be, but that doesn't come without challenge. I felt embarrassed. Part of me felt embarrassed walking down the street with a lady who's wet herself, you know, a lady who's not really like walking so well, very slowly, and stopping and having a conversation with me that I have no idea how to respond to. We start walking, and this walk is going to be long, I'm aware of that. It's not just down the road, it's 15 minutes on Google Maps as a walk, you know, and there's other obstacles in the way. One of the biggest obstacles was she went into someone else's front garden, and I said, "This isn't your house." And she said, "I know." She went to the side of the person's door, and she just pulled down her trousers and weed everywhere. Of course, for me, that embarrassment just grew. I didn't know what to do. My initial reaction was hands in my head, pacing a bit. It was actually a small few flats. The person who was on the second floor was looking out of the window and kind of asking me, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yes." And then I kind of realized I need to be okay, and I need to be strong, and I need to accept all of this. I'm doing the best I can. That happened. Multiple other things happened, but that was the most challenging of them all, you know, on the route home. Eventually I got her home. Eventually I got her to her house, let her in, and her neighbor actually helped her in and was very thankful. Now, I want to share this with you, not because I want likes and comments and similar things to what the lady had said about me being really nice. And I'm not looking to magnify this here, but I'm looking to bring this to your attention because these opportunities are all around us, and we all need to take responsibility for that. You know, we need to take responsibility in the small moments so that we can do it in the big moments, in the moments where it is scary, where it's super embarrassing, when it's our grandparents that are doing things like that, and we need to be there for them because we love them. When it's our parents, you know, when it's anyone, maybe even our children have similar problems and issues that we need to contend with. So this is really important. You know, with the work that I'm doing a lot at the moment, the workshop I have coming up called Becoming Your Own Center of Opportunity, I'm realizing that for that to happen, we need to be our own center of responsibility. I wouldn't have that opportunity to grow. I wouldn't have that opportunity to be a better person. You know, at the beginning of this video, I spoke about the person I most want to become. I want to become strong. I want to become powerful. I want to become that presence all of the time so I can support anyone through things that they feel are embarrassing, that I can be that non-judgmental individual even when it really is tough. I want to strengthen those muscles. So in order to be the center of our own opportunity, we need to be the center of our own responsibility. I want to leave this with you as food for thought. Where is it that you could take more responsibility for yourself and for others? This is going to lead you to the opportunities you most want. Thank you for watching. I know this is long, but I feel this is powerful. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate your presence, and I look forward to connecting.